Hi, my name is Melissa Buffalo. Welcome to another edition of Inside CRCAIH. I'm your host, and today we are with Dr. Kenyon and Tracey McMahon. Welcome.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you. Yep. So today we're here to talk about exploring the role of American Indian undergraduates' social networks during the transition to college. So it's a CHOPR project. It's 4 years. So before we begin, let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Kenyon and Tracey, and then we'll get into some questions. So again, Dr. Kenyon earned a PhD in Family Studies and Human Development from the University of Arizona. Her research interests lie in adolescent health and development, transition to adulthood, healthy youth development, and applied developmental science approaches such as prevention, intervention, and evaluation. Tracey is a project manager who has been working at Stanford Research for over 7 years and has a master's degree in rural sociology from South Dakota State University. Most of her work with tribes has been in an evaluative capacity, collaborating with tribal partners to help actualize their visions for affecting positive change. She has also worked with Native college students and youth through her work on a summer undergraduate research experience and retention program for Native students, and in the development and implementation of My Journey, a culturally based teen pregnancy prevention program for Native youth. So you want to begin and tell me a brief overview of the study?
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
So this study is really looking at college students' persistence, so whether they stay in college or drop out. And we are looking at specifically with Native students, and we'll be doing some comparisons with non-Native students as well. And what we know a lot in the literature about why students stay in college or transfer or drop out, and we know a lot from some of the literature with Native college students as well. But what is unique about this study is really focusing in on their social support networks and doing some of that more in-depth analysis there and looking at how folks like their parents, their friends, and what the institutional climate looks like, and how that either can help support college students' persistence or predict dropout. So Tracey was going to talk a little bit more about our social network analysis.
So for the social network analysis piece of this study, we will be asking students about their social support system, as DenYelle mentioned. So we'll be asking them about their family members that support them in school or their emotional support system. We'll also be asking them about the support that they have on campus. And then from that information, we will be able to generate a map, which is shown. At the center of this map is the student participant. And then you'll see circles with an F in the middle. Those are their family members. And then the P is their peers, and the I are people at the institution. So the lines indicate that there is a relationship between these individuals. And so part of those relationships are not just what the student themselves has a relationship, but also that family members will have a relationship with each other. Their friends may know each other. And then the thickness of the lines indicate how close those individuals are. And the arrows indicate whether or not these relationships are reciprocal. So that would be the flow of social support. So for example, the student may be giving social support to a family member, but maybe perhaps not getting that much social support back. And so that would be the size of the arrows as well. So I'm really excited about the social network analysis piece of this study because with the research that's been done thus far, Native students typically are not the focus, and so this will be really exciting to see how Native students compare to non-Native students.
Great. So I think you told us a little bit about why you got interested, but Dr. Kenyon, do you want to tell us a little bit more too of why you're interested in this topic and looking at social networks with American Indian students?
Yeah, so a big interest of mine is obviously educational attainment for underrepresented folks, and what a big piece of this is looking at and what we've done over the past few years is we've been running the summer undergraduate research experience, which started out as an internship for Native students and has now expanded to all underrepresented students, but specifically working in American Indian community-based projects. So in working with Native students over the past 7+ years, it's been really interesting to hear their stories about how they got to college, some of their struggles and their supports, and what helps them finish through. And what's great about this project is it's really a return to some of my interests that I actually did in my dissertation about the transition to college and that parent-child relationship and how they can support each other. So that's really fun to pick up some of those ideas that we've been talking about for quite a number of years. And this CHOPR project is really designed to help us build new skills. So a piece of this, and I've never done social network analysis, and us learning how to do that is another big piece. And we just know that so much of education level helps predict health and health outcomes, and getting to do a project in that was really important to us.
Awesome. So a couple more questions. So how will you be sharing the findings from this study?
Yeah, so we are really excited. We've focused in terms of, we want a big focus on how do we disseminate this information. So we'll be working with one of the COBRA cores, the READ core, to help us to look at some of the information and boil that down so that it's of the community's interest, and helping produce things like that. That is more palatable. Then obviously the peer-reviewed publications will be an important part of dissemination as well, that will be out there for academics and people interested in Native educational attainment. Other things that is really important for this project is that we really want some policy implications to come up from it. And we've been with the universities that we work with, we've been talking with them about what kinds of data do they wish they would have, and how can we fill a role there. So we're really excited to hopefully at the end of this project have some good policy ideas for them as well.
All right. So Tracey, I have one more question. So where can folks, students, go to find more information out about this study?
People can go to the CRCAIH website, and they can also contact either DenYelle or myself to find out more.
So again, thank you, Dr. Kenyon and Tracey, for your time, and we will see you on another episode of Inside CRCAIH. Thank you.